All right, what happened? It was so perfect.
Oh, yeah. Hi.
There. Yay, that'll do.
Nobody's here yet.
Okay.
So I'm just going to keep waving. Hi. Hi.
Isn't it funny? I don't see you feel the need to do that no matter what. Hi.
Yeah, it's just so the first person that comes in
now
is
I'm cutting
like...
my head off. Damn it, man.
Off with your head.
No. Okay. Now, there. That's not too bad. I know I'm not taller than that, damn it.
Oh, 4 people. Hello. I wasn't waving when the first people showed up. Now I feel the...
Right. Wow, I don't like how
can't.
fat I look way back here. There is a reason, apparently, that I do it from up close.
I can't.
Okay. Glasses. I need my glasses on.
Hi, Pamela. I can read now. Hi, Trisha.
Hi.
So I haven't been on YouTube yet, so if any of you have a different name on here and I don't know who you are, then from Facebook, I apologize ahead of time.
Oh my gosh, I spelled with wrong. It was before I got my glasses. Damn it.
We make it Picasso.
Damn it. All right, that will have to be fixed later. Editing.
Well, I mean, remember that whole... Oh, wow, this is weird. There's a lag by about...
Oh, see? Oh,
yeah, like 7 seconds.
A lot.
4.
A lot. I know, that's why, and then people are talking to you and you're like not understanding that it's, I don't see it right away. It takes a while. All right, hi everyone. Hi Pamela, Witch of the Meadows, Trisha, Bubblies, but hi. Steven's here. Hi honey. Hi Doug.
Oh, this is...
Sherry, Amethyst, M.A. It's okay, I didn't even notice. Yay! I'm so glad you didn't notice. I totally did. But I'll fix it after.
It's so weird watching me look at me. I don't know how I feel about this.
I know. See, I told you I don't watch my videos back for a reason. It's just very, it's weird.
Hi everybody. Oh no, hi everybody.
Exactly. See. Hi, I made it to a stream. Yay! Hi, Sirius. Lori, hi, sweetie. Finally, Kylie's here. Hi. How is everyone? Yay.
Good. I'm gonna pull it up on here too.
You're gonna pull it up on there?
I can't see the comments and whatnot. So.
All right. You can do that. It's
so
even weirder when you can really see it up close. It's very weird.
Oh no.
But you get used to it. It's nothing except I have to say, yeah, I'm kind of like, wow, look at my fat ass. I'm okay. I don't mean it like, all right, I shouldn't say that.
Not a self-depreciating kind
yes,
of way.
Exactly. I'm like, holy cow. Like, I don't ever have to see that. So it's very odd to, all right. Anyways, hi, Deb. I hate hearing my own voice. Yes, and that's the worst part for me. Is like, mute it at least. I was saying if I ever watch myself back, I at least mute it because I don't like my voice. Of course, does not sound like that to me in my head. So I'm always like, that's so annoying. I don't sound like that. See, mute it.
No, it was just Sullivan Tire. It's fine.
We're all usually based up. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
I know. I think I sound like I'm like 4 years old, so. Hi.
Okay, now I can see who's... Oh, maybe? Alright, well mine says that nobody's here, so. Hello everybody that's supposedly not here.
Was this a big road trip for Mikey? Yes, it was.
It was about 6.5 hours. So not terrible. I've come up here before, like, after work and whatnot, like a few years ago. So, I've done it before, just a different route. Same amount of time.
It's not a little drive, but it's
not long enough to keep me away.
Hi, Cass. Yay! Stephen is here.
Uh-huh. I'm here. Hello.
So, Stephen, your clocks go back tonight. You said, right? Or did they already? Because that means hopefully it'll be a little earlier for you, and I won't keep you up till like 3 a.m. too much.
Well, thank you, Trisha. I'll pet it for you.
Hi, Ben.
Hi, Ben.
Hi, Bob.
And Bob.
Hi. Yeah, in a couple of hours. Okay. So after this, I won't keep you up till 11. Although I won't either tonight because we got to be to the shop by 9. So, and we have to eat, what did Peter make?
Stuffed shells.
Stuffed shells. Ooh, we have to eat stuffed shells before we go.
She says have to, like it's a task or something.
Yeah,
we have to do it.
Poor us. We are on our way out that way. Oh, yay!
Oh, awesome. So, excellent. I will be able to cross paths with you.
Yay! Okay, so interview. I figured this would be a good opportunity. Actually, I think it was Steven's idea. He was like, "Are you going to do the admin interview?" And I'm like, "Brilliant. Yes, of
Good
course."
call, Steven.
So the first question is not a question. Damn it. Wait. I meant to.
I'll take questions that aren't questions for 100 Alex.
Yep. Shoot, I brought up the wrong interview. Hold on. I wanted to do. Wait, I'm almost there.
Oh, you guys.
What'd they say?
You didn't have. They said that they got me something. You didn't have to do that. You guys have something to celebrate. That's why I got you guys something.
Too sweet.
But thank you ahead of time. You can't see my hands, but they're doing like the polite thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So describe your spiritual path from childhood till now, and what led you here.
Childhood to now. All right. I know we have to eat, so I'll try and I'll do like the abridged version. Unabridged? Abridged. Yeah,
Yes.
the abridged version.
Yeah.
So basically, it started, I guess, when I was about, well, from what I hear, at least, was about 2 years old. My aunt passed away when I was 2, and my mom and my grandmother found me talking to her after she had passed, essentially. So when they asked who I was talking to, I was looking at a picture of my aunt, and I told them that it was my golden angel. So she's been around for a long time. She came through and visited all of the nephews and her 2 boys. So I guess it kind of just started there. I grew up Baptist, but never really connected with it. Although I did get baptized, but that's just because my friends were doing it. So I wanted to do it too.
It was the cool thing to do.
It was the cool thing to do at church. But I never really connected with it. But I would go. It was a social aspect for me, and just eventually, coming to realize more about myself, especially being gay and whatnot. It was a big no-no in the church at the time. Not as much now, I guess. So it kind of grew more into resentment and anger and whatnot. So I kind of started going down the darker path of the Christian pantheon and going from there and everything.
Keep going. I just forgot to mute my phone, so I'm like, what is that? Oh yeah, that's my phone. How annoying is that? Hold on, guys. Sorry.
So for a little while, I was just kind of dabbling in the darker aspects of different Abrahamic religions. I guess now that I'm older and know that.
That's what I was doing way back when?
Yes, exactly. So, yeah. But eventually I found, 13 or so, a friend of mine was Wiccan, so that's where I started. And had some altars set up and whatnot in my room, but was told to take them down repeatedly, so I did. And it was kind of dormant for a while there, until I moved out when I was, 18, just because I was 18 and able to, not because I was still angry at my parents or anything. But by then, man, I'm skipping chunks, so I might have to cycle back. I'm sorry, I'm tired, you guys.
It's okay. This is called Mama Squirrel. we know.
So.
Yes, Steven, I'm waiting for Hexen to try to call too. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't take off the do not disturb either. So if he tries to call, we'll be right back.
Dun dun dun. Oh yeah, I didn't do that either. Well, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah.
So, I guess technically I found Wicca first, and then that was when my parents became aware that I was kind of dabbling in things that I probably shouldn't have been dabbling in, especially with no real spiritual grounding or anything. So they eventually took me out of public school and transferred me to Catholic school.
did they know.
Little did they know. I wasn't out yet. So I was just like this new gay metalhead kid just walking around Catholic school in my little sweater vest and my tie, and I'm just like, wow, I'm so not supposed to be here. But through Catholic school, I found Satanism.
There you go.
The irony.
Yep. That's so funny.
So, 13 I found was Wicca, so I was already like kind of dabbling in that when I could, but I was under careful watch. So, Catholic school I found Satanism and bought my first copy of the Satanic Bible. So at that time there was no Satanic temple, in like the one in Salem that is more prevalent now than the Church of Satan. So I guess that's really when it started. The Church of Satan, because at that point things were pretty dark for me. So at that point, LaVeyan Satanism kind of reminded me and taught me to learn and appreciate the value and power that I have in myself. And then, so that got me through a good number of years. And then the Satanic Temple came along, and I thought they were interesting.
I almost said, thank God for that then, right? sorry.
I mean, you know, it is what it is. But I mean, I guess I just found them through like that giant bronze Baphomet statue. So,
which is such a cool thing to see.
It is,
and it kills me that it, people are. But anyway.
Up in arms about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually been able to go there a couple of times and see it. So that was awesome. But anyway, so I had kind of learned the lesson of inner power and self power and all that from the Church of Satan. So the Satanic Temple kind of expanded on that and taught me to recognize that power in everybody around me. So that was like part 2 of
cool.
that lesson.
The deepening.
Yeah, exactly. Like, okay, you've learned your first lesson. This is the second one. And then, of course, my grandmother was a big mentor. She was a Reiki master. She did a lot of energy work and all kinds of stuff. So that kind of reinforced the whole "we are one" mentality thing. So I just kind of like fell out of that and then fell back into it and then fell out of Wicca. Obviously, I guess.
Right.
So that's kind of where I'm not even looking. Sorry, guys. Oh. Hey, I'm kind of in the middle of something. Can I call you back?
You could watch it later.
I don't even know if he meant to call me. He's not there. Okay. So I totally lost track of where I was. Fell out of Wicca, and then kind of just stayed on the satanic path for a little while. Didn't really follow any pantheons or anything like that for a few years, and then it kind of just grew into more of a spiritual Satanism. Like, no, there is more, and that I've always known that there is more. I just kind of focused more on real world stuff, I guess.
Right. As we all do, though. You start off dabbling in stuff, and you just get the surface stuff, and then you deepen your faith with, as you grow, you deepen your faith with what you learn, and you find new things that, really make you see that it's deeper than you thought it could be.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that kind of leads me to now. I call it string magic because it's like a whole new turning point on. I was just kind of like doing my own thing and whatnot. Very like eclectic type.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
You're good.
Hello. Okay.
So
I just want to know if you wanted me to demonstrate pulling an aura card the copper.
No. Thank you.
Lost it again.
Sorry.
Hello, friends. Hi, Kay.
Okay.
So yeah, I lost it again. Where was I?
I totally lost it too. I hope you didn't expect me to find it, guys. Deep in the back.
Yeah, deep in the back. calling it string magic. Very okay.
Yeah.
So it's always been like from the spiritual Satanist side. It's always been like an eclectic. Like, ooh, this is good. This makes sense. This makes sense. This makes sense. But now I'm actually kind of like oddly delving into, like, looking into. I don't know how to say this without sounding weird, but like delving into Christianity, but not from a Christian perspective, I guess. Because somebody that came to me in a dream was actually Lucifer, so I've been looking into him, and he falls under the Christian pantheon, so I've just kind of like fell down that rabbit hole for a little bit, and that shit's pagan as fuck.
Yeah, right? Absolutely. It's super interesting.
Outside of
There's
the Bible.
some really interesting things about all of that you can delve into.
Yeah.
Super deep. So.
Yeah. So I don't consider myself a Christian witch or anything, because I don't go to church. I don't pray. I don't like the Christian God. But it's just kind of where I'm at now. So just like connecting random things. I compare myself to like a conspiracy theorist with pictures and shit on the wall and just connecting it with red strings and everything. So that's why it's called string magic. But really it's just eclectic in general.
Absolutely.
So from Lucifer, I kind of like started following a few different things, and I guess I ended up at Aphrodite, which was really interesting because I had never looked into the Greek pantheon at all. But to me, they're kind of like, they're basically like sibling deities, I guess. They're both very passionate but opposite sides of the coin. So they operate for the same thing but in opposite ways.
Very much so. That's really interesting.
Yeah, I thought so. And then of course there's like the first thing that got me to that was like Lucifer was also called Morning Star, and Morning Star is Venus, and then Venus is, so there's a whole lot of Venus going on.
Right. Right.
Yep. But I also have Baphomet I look at as not just like a symbol or a picture, but more of an energy that is about duality, and again reinforcing that we are all one, and there's all four elements are there: masculine, feminine, man, animal. Because I don't know if I'm not even looking at the right camera. So for people that may not know, there are all five elements on Baphomet. You have the wings for air, you have the torch of enlightenment for fire, the hooves and the horns, and even like he's sitting on earth in some statuary and whatnot, so there's earth there. And then his stomach actually, like around the caduceus, actually has scales on it for water. So you have all four elements, and solve coagula as above, so below, and all that. So it's all dualities, we are all one, and that kind of falls into place with that. And I've kind of been able to follow him through everything, just like matching up with my understanding of spirituality at the time. Like when I started following like the darker side of Christianity, I guess, I would have definitely looked at him as Satan. So that was who I was focusing on. And then found Satanism, and the first thing that drew me there was the sigil of Baphomet, and then the statue of Baphomet to the Satanic Temple from Church of Satan. So he's kind of always been there, I think, just kind of poking, prodding. I don't know, that's... Yeah.
So how would you, like if somebody coming in did not know anything about Satanism,
mm-hmm.
How would you describe, like, just the basic tenets of what Satanism in general, not maybe necessarily everything that you do because you pull from different things anyways, but because it kind of not cracks me up, but you know, it makes me laugh sometimes because evangelicals, I guess, you know, paint it in such a different light than what the truth is that I always try to at least put out there what the reality is.
Yeah. Basically what Satanism for me is, and I can't speak for everybody because there are so many different sects and interpretations now.
Yeah, that's true. A lot more than there used to be.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it only started in the 60s.
Yeah.
So for me, it's mainly about respect and personal power. but the main emphasis is respect and appreciation of self. There's a lot of egoism in Satanism, but not to an unhealthy degree. So it's not a turn the other cheek kind of religion. It's if somebody's in your house and they're upsetting you, like, do something about it. Yeah.
Stand in your power.
Yeah, exactly. Stand in your power, and it's you are living your life, live your life, serve yourself, and don't bow down, don't break down.
Right.
Yeah, it's called. There's no Satan in Satanism, but it's just to show its opposition to how servitude to a deity can, or not a deity, but to the God in general, can be very detrimental.
Yes. Good. I like it. Started working with Best Dad around the same time I discovered Jen's channel. Looks like I'm doing more typing than cleaning at the moment. Yay. Okay. What challenges have you experienced on your journey?
Not very many. Well, I mean, I guess when I was younger and I had altars and stuff that had to come down and whatnot, but not very many, just because I've kept it very personal since then.
So does your family know what your spiritual path is at all?
Nope.
Do they think it's something else, or do they just think you don't really have a spiritual path?
No, they know that I do things, and it's very similar to what I learned from my grandmother. It was just a very different route to get there.
Right.
So they're familiar with it, and they have an understanding of it, but we haven't had the discussion about anything. And I don't really
Feel the need to do that.
I just don't feel the need to do it. I know with some family members it could cause some problems, especially if I go into the whole Satanist thing. Because I don't even really call myself a Satanist anymore. It's just morals and whatnot that I decided to adopt and live by.
Take on
Really.
as your
Yeah,
own.
exactly.
And
So it's
I was gonna say it's like the word for evangelicals or those who grew up that way or older people or whatever. It's like the word.
Yeah.
The word Satanism is this big scary word, and they don't really understand what it means or how you follow or anything. Anyways, they see,
right.
the TV shows in the 80s with people sacrificing animals and
Yeah, they confuse Satanism with devil worship.
Yes.
And it's they're two very different things. For example, there is no devil in Satanism. So that's probably the biggest difference. Well, not the biggest difference, but devil worship is actually really interesting because it is technically a Christian religion. Because they worship Satan, but I don't know if this is the majority, but some of them actually kind of try and pull the wool over God's eye, so they worship Satan to keep him at bay during their lifetime, so that before they die, they can get God's all powerful and loving forgiveness and go to heaven without having any troubles from Satan.
Tricked you, bitch. Yeah. On
So
purpose.
so it's very interesting.
It's like the antithesis of a religion.
Yeah.
Just on purpose.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not super eloquent. I'm tired, guys.
You're doing great. Hi, Yaz.
Oh, Yaz is here.
Yes.
My phone's doing this weird thing, so it's just staying like this, and I can't see your comments anymore. So I'm sorry. I tried. Oh, there it is. I tried. Amanda!
Do you do deity work? Describe any deity work you do, if you do, and do you have like daily practices, weekly practices, monthly practices? Do you do anything on a regular basis, or is it just kind of whatever feels right at the moment?
It's right now. It's whatever feels right at the moment. Just because there's just a lot going on. I mean, we're remodeling the house. We have the dog. I work full time. My fiance works opposite shift to me, so it's really what I can do when I can do it. And deity work, I mean, other than Baphomet, I've kind of done, like I did dedication with him a few years ago, probably right around the time that I found you. So that was probably about 4 years ago, roughly.
Which I did not know he had been following me for that long. I'm like, oh, wow,
Yeah.
that's a long time.
It is a long time, and it was under a different YouTube channel, so it was, yeah, but I got locked out because I got a new laptop, and the email that I have, I forgot the password to, so I don't know how to get back on there. So now it's just, there was like a period of a couple of weeks where like so many people were just like knocking at the door, and I'm just like, oh my god, I can't. And then like Lucifer showed up in a dream. He still had his wings, which I thought was really interesting, and that's actually one of the things that drew me to the Sabbath Tarot, because Lucifer card still has his wings.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was cool.
That's really neat.
Yep. So he still had his wings. Everything was orange. So I'm still trying to figure him out entirely. And then, like I said, Aphrodite just kind of like, I guess I kind of sought her out, but not knowing who I was gonna find.
Wove your way through, and she was at the end.
Yeah. So, and I don't know if they're gonna stay forever or not. So, if anybody new is watching, like, you don't have to stay with a specific deity. They're gonna come and go, or they're gonna stay. You could have matron and patron, or you could have an entire pantheon of your own. So, that there's those three, and then I guess what I would consider my version of Gaia would be Barbelo, who is the Gnostic creation deity.
Cool. Now
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that.
I'm still learning, but basically, when I started reading about Barbelo and looking into, well, they're also androgynous. I'd say he for Baphomet, but my grandmother said she for Baphomet. So either one is fine. They're androgynous, but for me, it's always been he. But Barbelo was always she. So they're when I picture her, it's pretty much another version of Baphomet. Hello.
Oh, hi. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm just
You
visiting.
can come sit down if you want, honey. Sit
I
down
was
and
just
chat.
pondering the difference between ignorance and apathy.
Oh,
And then I figured I don't know and I don't care.
there you go.
Terrible.
Ding.
So, Barbelo actually popped up while I was like looking into the Gnostic Gospels and trying to figure out like what was left out of the Bible and all of that stuff. So, there's a, I don't know how much people know. So, there's actually a book of Judas. So there's the Infant Gospels of Thomas. There's the Book of Mary Magdalene. There's the Gospel of Judas.
Maccabees.
Yep, there's a whole bunch.
Yeah.
I mean, the books of Enoch were in the Bible, but then they took them out. It's heavily edited. Anything in the Bible, I take with an entire shaker of salt. So,
Well, if you're going to read it,
Mhm.
like the New Testament,
Mhm.
actually brilliantly, the Apostle Paul,
Mhm.
I know, I'll keep it short. The Apostle Paul was a genius.
Mhm.
Okay, he was a Roman citizen, which was high esteem at the time. And he was a Pharisee,
Mhm.
which meant he was very educated. He stole Alexander the Great's idea. Alexander the Great created the biggest army of all time
Mhm.
because he used one little tool, the most common language, which was the Koine Greek. So Paul wrote the New Testament in what? The Koine Greek. So if you really want to know what the Bible says, you can't read the English version. You have to learn the Koine Greek.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
This is all new to me still. So,
Yeah.
so anyway,
That really? That's what I get.
Oh, you want more?
Really?
You wanted more.
Silly me. All right.
Be careful
go
what you wish for.
Finished it, please.
Dinner's cooking. Almost ready.
All right,
Stuffed
Yay.
shells.
All right.
sounds good. So, in the book of Judas, it actually talks about a private conversation between Jesus and Judas, where Judas was the only disciple that actually knew who Jesus was, I guess. So, in there, Judas basically calls him out, aside from the other disciples, and it's like, I know that you're not the son of the God that these disciples are worshiping, which is the Abrahamic God, who, demiurge and all that. So, he knows that you're from the realm of Barbelo, And then Jesus pretty much goes through and confirms that. So Barbalo's kind of, as far as I know now, it's the realm of Barbalo. I view as a place, but there is no name for the deity that lives in that realm.
Oh, that is really cool.
Yeah. So I just say Barbalo, and I think that's pretty common in Gnostic traditions. So.
So now I have some things to look up.
Yeah, it's a weird rabbit hole to go down, but there I am.
Absolutely.
In the middle of it.
That's really interesting. I like it.
Yep.
Do you do tarot?
Just started.
Just started.
Yeah.
Do you have,
I have.
how many decks do you have? You inherited some from your grandmother, right?
Mm-hmm. I have 6, but I'm keeping 4. 1, I still have to mail you out to you, Hexen. I haven't forgotten. It just hasn't happened yet.
Hexen's here. Hi, Hexen.
I don't know if he's there or not, but he will watch it back. So.
Yeah, so I have to send 1 out to Hex, and then I have 1 for the auction for Dana.
Ah, cool.
So I think it's
Which,
just 1.
Dana, if you're watching, you better call us. We haven't heard from you in a week and a half. I lost my page. Hold on. So do you have a favorite tarot card yet?
Yeah, not yet, no.
Not yet.
Is that weird? Because like everybody that
No,
comes here is
not
like...
at all. I'm just trying to figure out if I can think of what card I think
I'm
would
an
be your
artist,
favorite.
so I can't find a favorite. I like to merge stuff.
Yeah, like merge decks.
I like to merge art. Like, if I see 2 pieces of art that I like, I would love to merge it.
Oh, okay.
So it's same thing with like the 2 of Cups and maybe the Love card. You know, I would like to merge stuff.
Okay.
You do not even know what you just did, do you?
No.
Because the 2 of Cups is like the love card of the cups.
Oh, there you go.
You just know these things.
That's right. He just
Intuition.
intuitively knows. Yep. What? Yes, says, ask Mikey, which is your favorite myth?
Favorite myth?
Yes.
What kind of drugs are we on?
I'm
I'm on Mountain Dew, Sean. That helps. Let's see.
$90 scotch.
Favorite myth. I have to say it's probably the Forest Trolls one that I did a reading for.
Oh, that was
louder.
good.
The Forest Trolls one that I did a reading for is probably. Yeah, I like that one. I even
And
have
you can
like
find that on the
Forest Troll.
Facebook group page.
Mhm.
It's still on there. We don't erase our videos. And Facebook so far hasn't erased our videos either so far. Although I'm kind of surprised at that one because
What?
I'm kind of surprised Facebook didn't erase that one. We still got to keep that one.
Yeah, that's a trip.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Are you? I asked that question already. Do you connect with a specific element?
Up here so you can breathe. I'm just saying.
Dad joke.
It's either earth or water. Those are probably my 2, and then fire, and then
Nobody loves my air like me.
air.
Well, you can't have fire without air.
That's true. And yes, this is the hubby. People are asking because some people haven't seen you before.
Hi.
I asked that one already.
Let's see. Does it alter your connection in any way? That's a really good question, Mel. I'm not sure if the fact that they're inherited has. I haven't worked with all of them yet. Actually, one of the decks that I have is the Robin Wood Tarot, and I did get that from my grandma while she was still alive. And then I lost it, and then I found it in her shed, of all places. I don't remember ever giving it back to her.
Wow.
But I found the book there, too. So, that was weird.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if it has or not because they're really the only ones that I've worked with. I don't have anything to compare it to really. The only ones that I've ever had, I either got from her or inherited from her. So.
That later on, the more you get into tarot, the more you will connect with them specifically because I believe because they were inherited from her. Do you feel drawn to crystals? If yes, any particular ones you work with regularly, or do you have favorite crystals?
Still learning those. Like this part of my path is still new.
Very
For
good.
a number of years, it was mainly just the whole learning about myself part and pulling myself out of the dark part that I'd fallen into. That took a long time.
Well, I think that's normal though too. I have to say, I think that's it's a normal part of youth is taking that time to figure out who you are and what you stand for, and that's a normal part. You just took a different path of getting there than, the average person would have.
Did I miss a lot of the dark part?
Yeah, I didn't really go into all of it though.
There's a string you should tug on.
Mm,
Tug on that string.
as much as he wants
No.
to. But...
No.
Mikey, give us your entire astral chart in detail and a free shipment of a strand of your hair. It's for a scientific experiment.
Strand of my hair. I mean, I can try.
Like, are they watching?
Yes.
Yeah, we're live.
Yes. Do you have any future plans for? Oh wait, favorite season or Sabbath?
Fall.
Yay! We
Just
went
in general.
for a walk in the woods, and it was a great
Absolutely.
walk.
Yeah.
Gorgeous trees.
The fairy house.
Leaves and a fairy house for sure. Yep.
And some elderberries, maybe.
Yes, and what I hope might be some elderberries.
Yeah.
I gotta see if my app found it yet. Do you have any future plans for your path? Yeah, we know you don't have a YouTube channel yet, but we'll maybe be working on it. Actually, I think we're gonna. So, one of the things we talked about before, and Stephen brought up today, and I was like, yeah, I know we really need to get back to that, is that we do have the group channel, the admin channel. And I really do want to get back to doing it. I know we kind of dropped that and haven't gotten back to it, but I think that's still a good idea. I still have a lot of plans for that, and so hopefully you will be a part of that too.
Yeah.
Because you have a knowledge that is different from the rest of the admins, and so it's something new that you can add to it. So I think that'll be really good.
Absolutely.
And would you share some tips for beginners that you have learned so far on your journey that you wish someone had shared with you?
Yeah. Can I come back to that though and answer Amanda's question?
Yes.
Okay. So, Amanda, heard of some people putting Baphomet and Lucifer together in the same thing. I have actually not heard about that before. But I could see why people would. With Satanism becoming a thing and then satanic magic being introduced and all of that, I could see it.
And I could see people who dabble maybe without really studying what either is about.
Yeah,
or...
'cause especially like in a Christian country, like they're all kind of lumped in together. Like Beelzebub is Satan, Satan is Lucifer, Lucifer is Baphomet. Like it's just different
That's
names
true.
for the same thing, and it's that's not the
At all.
case. Azazel is not Satan, or however it's correctly pronounced. But no, they're all very different. So I definitely view them as different. I'm still not looking at the camera. I'm like staring at the bureau.
It's pretty, right?
It's a beautiful color. It really is. Y'all should see it. You all have seen it. So they're very different to me. Baphomet has kind of been like a father figure, like that kind of energy for me. Learn a lot about myself with him. I've learned a lot about myself with him and everything. So he's kind of like that. He's kind of like the spiritual father figure for me. I don't know. Even he's some protective elements to him. but I don't really rely on him for that. And then Lucifer is more of like an adrenaline shot. Also very driven towards knowledge. I view him as kind of chaotic. He has a plan and he's not afraid to throw a wrench in yours.
Can I ask, do you see Lucifer with horns or no?
I have not. No.
I haven't either. And
No.
like every time I see him with horns, I'm like, is it just me? I just don't see him like that.
No, and no, he's just, to me, he still looks like an angel. His wings are still white, and actually, I've actually been finding a lot of white feathers recently, so I saved those
Cool.
for him. Yeah, so no, I just see him as like an angel. He is naked, which is strange, but
All the time, seem.
yeah,
Every time I've seen anything, yes.
Yeah.
That's how I
yeah.
picture
So
that too.
that was not expecting that, but there he was. So no, I have not. So he's kind of chaotic, but in a good way. I view him as a friend to people, in general. Not afraid to fight. He's to me, freer of the oppressed and whatnot. So instead of having a domineering deity telling you that you're here to do his work and whatnot, he's like, no, eat this fruit,
Here.
see shit.
See?
Yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
So, yeah.
I find
Anyway,
that
so
too.
in terms, I guess, like through that, in terms of like with Baphomet kind of being or aligned with enlightenment, and then Lucifer being, aligned with knowledge and everything. I guess, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
if I can ask,
fun.
Yeah.
He's, I have a hard time because I like to connect to Lucifer, but because I'm such a squirrel, like I can, if I do a meditation or anything, it could be hours because I'm just like, what? Oh, and he's kind of like that too. At least I don't know, there's something about it for me that he's like all over the place. So, and I'll just keep following him all over the place. So it could be like 2 hours and I'm like, okay, wait, hold on. I need to focus on something for a little bit.
Mhm. So yeah, he's still new for me.
Nature and nakedness connection. Yes, Laurel, I agree. I wonder if his nakedness had kind of a Garden of Eden. Let's be happy with nature and our nakedness connection. Yeah, I
Could
see
be.
that.
Recently, but struggling to find much on him. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Because actually, for a while, like I didn't even think Lucifer was real. I didn't. Yeah, because if I don't know how to describe it, I didn't think Lucifer was real because he's only mentioned in the Bible once in some versions after the Latin translation. So in the Hebrew translations of the Bible, I have it written down, but I don't have my book with me. So it's something else entirely. It's just interesting. I didn't expect him, and then I don't know if it's enough people started believing in him, so it's been a collective energy that's kind of manifested or something.
Yeah, that could be.
So he's here now, though.
He is here now. Yeah.
So yeah, he can be tough to find a lot. He can be tough to find
Information
a lot of info on. So
You still heard about Baphomet?
Lucifer, actually.
No,
Mhm.
that's different.
yes,
Different.
You know, the Knights Templar got during the Inquisitions were accused of worshiping Baphomet.
that was actually
You know this.
Yeah, that was the I think the first time that Baphomet was even like
1800s
a word.
or something. Yeah.
something like that. Yep. But every Templar had a different like.
Well, some
description
thought it
of-
was male and female. Some thought it was half human, half animal.
Some of them thought it was a 3-headed cat.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
I have not heard that
Which
one.
Yeah.
I think was more Egyptian influenced, because the
Yeah.
Egyptians feared the cat,
I actually started writing a book about Baphomet. So
Really?
and his different his different roles in different aspects. So there's
Good
like,
and
Church of
evil, the
Satan.
balance. I've
Yeah.
heard that too.
Yep.
Like a
Duality.
yin yang.
We talked about that a little bit, and then there's the Brotherhood of Satan, which just seems like a random offshoot.
It kind of like goes against every other aspect, because every other aspect is more of a balance of good and evil.
But it's that.
Male, female, good, evil. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's more.
To go one way over another is
Yeah.
kind of like fringe.
Yeah.
I don't, you know.
Well, yeah. It's different.
Share some tips for beginners that you have learned on your journey that you wish
that's
someone
right.
had shared with you.
Yeah, no, I hear you, Amanda. Yeah. I mean, basically, just like everything that you reinforce, really, is like, just do what feels right. Like, we're all different aged souls looking for different answers to to different questions, or the same answers to different questions, or different answers to the same question. Like, everybody's going to connect to the divine differently, and there's really, as long as you don't become an asshole about it and start using it as a shield or a way to
Or a crutch or
exactly a way to place yourself on a pedestal above others or anything. Just do you.
You do you.
And I guess the other thing I guess would be, it doesn't matter how long you've been practicing, really, or you could be practicing for 40 years. That doesn't make you any better. So don't be afraid to find a bunch of new people, because I mean, you could be practicing for 40 years, and somebody that's been looking into it for a week is going to ask that one question that totally throws a wrench into something.
Yep,
You're like,
what you believe, or
Yep.
Suddenly you realize something that you didn't know, and it's definitely, don't be afraid to ask questions, delve into it, trust what you feel is right, your intuition.
Yeah.
That's right.
So I'm basically just going to point everybody to her channel.
So
Learn from her, because pretty much everything she said was what caught my attention in the first place. So
4 years. He says he's been watching my channel for 4 years. Did I tell you that? It's a lot of time. There's not a lot of people that have been around that long.
Yeah. Species Unknown was the YouTube channel that I found you on, and then I got locked out of it. So
it
now,
sounds really familiar. So did you? Well, I didn't do lives back then, though.
Nope. And I never checked the comments for responses or anything. So
I betcha. I think I remember some of the comments. Like, not remember, but I think I remember the channel name. So.
Excellent.
I think so. I've been practicing for 20 years, but still don't consider myself an expert. Yeah. I don't like that word expert anyways.
Yeah.
It's such a, like, an expert at what? There's so much. I could keep learning my entire life and another life and another life, and there's still way too much to learn to call yourself an expert on anything.
Yep.
I don't like that word anyway. I feel like I can learn from everybody.
Yep. Something just dinged.
We're good.
Good. Okay.
Yay!
Excellent.
Perfect.
We don't want another Brit Pizza situation.
Never. No. No.
Yeah, not with him.
No.
That was me.
That's shutting it off.
Ah, okay.
Oh, you mean the way you're supposed to do it?
Yeah. And not
I
use
realized
the
it was a
drip
timer
pan,
afterwards.
which I warned you about
That's
this
a
morning.
drip pan? Oh.
Specifically, do not use that pan.
You don't cook on that. Oh.
This morning.
I don't cook. There's a reason
Clearly.
for it. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay, guys. So, yes, one of the best things Jen has ever told me was stop using fluoride. Yes, it blocks connections. It actually causes your pituitary gland to calcify. And that is where you get a lot of your intuition from. So, yes.
And age. I'm just saying.
You don't need fluoride if you're not growing teeth. So if you're not pregnant or going to get pregnant anytime soon, and you're an adult and have grown all your teeth, you don't need it anymore. You need to clean the teeth you have, but you don't need fluoride for that. So that's a very good point. All right, guys, we're going to get going so that we can go eat before we go to the shop. And then we'll be on Mystic Dragon Slayer later tonight.
Yes, we will.
Yay!
Woo. All right, love you guys.
Love you. I have to get up to stop this. I forgot I have that pen thing. I got to figure out how to use it still. But I will get there. Love you guys.